Hey, oh, you might have caught the tail end of that one. How's everybody doing tonight? Sorry for the delay. It's a little late. We have had some BSODs, some blue screens of death that have been oh so much fun.
Like 3 of them.
Nope, just 2.
Just 2.
But
Oh.
yeah, tried to add a new tablet and it didn't like it at all. At all. Are you hearing stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Testing, is it good?
Yeah, we're actually not getting any cross.
All right, no cross. All right, we're looking good. We're doing better. Okay, yeah, we've been adding RAM. We're gonna be adding new capture cards next week. All this other stuff, and then we still got to do some graphic overlays and all that stuff. But hey, how's everybody doing?
It is Tuesday, 9/29, and we are finally operational.
Oh, hey, did you get that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, look at you.
I know.
Where are we at on, where are we at with this? I don't know. That's okay. This is a little weird thing here. And,
You need
yeah, sorry.
You need to watch the chat eventually, but that's okay.
The blue screens of death
Yeah.
kind of threw me for a loop. So I'm a little, yeah. We may crash at any point. I don't know. It might be the third, the XP Pen tablet that we added that might be the culprit. I'm not sure. But yeah. So, Alex, my friend, how are you?
It's been a day, but we're making progress because, just saying, for every ship that sinks is another ship that can sail. Right? That's a phrase.
Another ship.
No, don't think about it.
Sinks is the
look, if you sink enough ships into the water, the other one
tides will rise and all ships will turn into airplanes?
Yeah, that'll work. None of it makes sense, so it's fine. But the point is, you trudge on.
Hey, look, Steam.
Steam
isn't. Come on, man.
There she goes. There she's coming up.
All right. How are you? You up and running?
Yeah, I'm running. I'm operational.
You're waiting for the big old machine to quit
chugging along there.
Man,
chug-a-lug.
It's gotta be a driver issue with that XP pen or something.
From what I understand of the computers, all them ones and zeros, it's always a driver issue.
Thanks. No, I'm wondering. Wow, that's not. Why is that on? Oh, that's right, because monitor ports have changed.
Nothing like re-rigging, but
that's okay.
Lots of good practice. Lots of good things going on.
Yeah. We've got. So I'm creating multiplayer.
Yep. We've got artists coming back on board, which is good as things kind of free up in their schedule, which we appreciate. We've got art moving forward on our side as well.
What are we doing? Earthtown basic setup?
You're going to want the full game. So you can load up the main table. Just load the demo table.
This one?
Yep.
Well, that's only going to happen.
I know, Jared.
All right.
Trust. Do you trust me, Jared? Will you fall backwards into my arms?
No.
I would agree to that, because while I am strong, I am not that strong.
Yeah.
Jared is noticeably larger than myself.
Is this am I too loud? Is this mic set too high?
No, I think we're okay. We're not. We're reasonably well. Hold on.
Let me
see if it's still. I'm trying to be fancy on my side on a computer that doesn't necessarily like to be fancy.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Oh, you've got some other shenanigans afoot?
I've got many shenanigans afoot. As soon as I can shut off the sound here.
Here, let's do. What's the sound coming from the game?
Oh, yeah. Oh, there. That's the good stuff. All right, I'm in business. You're in business. We're at business. We're doing business.
And now, on to gameplay.
Yeah. So we're gonna do some more skirmish here tonight. To be trying out some more stuff and to just get. Wow, if I hear myself say anymore, I'm gonna. But to give us some more experience on things, we've got some design notes that are probably going to be coming down here as we're getting more closer to deadline and getting more data on what the game's playing, how it's playing, and what needs to happen to really make it polished and pop to the best of our abilities, which is cool. So what we're playing on right now is going to be the demo board, which is set up for 2 players. I probably will rig this for 4, or for at least 3. We have 3 decks on it, so we could rig it for 3. I might re-rig there and resave that. But what we're going to do, Jared, is we're going to do a reload. So you're going to highlight all that stuff. You're going to fling it off the table.
Off of the demo?
Yeah.
You want to do it off the demo?
Yeah, because you got to remember, you're on the consumer side of the demo where it's going to do nothing.
Okay, so what am I?
You're going to take that. You're going to throw it away. Just give her the heaves. Just give her the heebie-jeebies.
Oh, jeez, OP.
The heavis hose.
Dude, are you...
Click and hold. There you go. There you go. See, it feels good.
Not really. It makes a big mess.
Yeah, but it's a digital mess. It doesn't count.
Yeah. Tell that to my brain.
You could also highlight them all, hit G, and you could gather them all together.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I want to move one at a time.
One at a time. Only one at a time.
All right.
So then what you can do is go into your objects. It's an object lesson, Jared. Object permanence. Not objects there, just saved objects.
Resume game.
And you can grab your playset. This is the one that I loaded up for you a little while ago.
Okay.
And put that down. And now you've got your full playset, which is going to be similar to what you're going to have on the professional table or the developer's table when we release that shortly. So we've got some basics. We're going to do a little skirmish, which is going to be a 20-card dex, single location. So it's kind of more of a focus game.
So here's the thing that I'd like to do too. Is we talked about this last week. Is you had fixed the backs on the leaders?
Yes.
Where is that load? Where is that asset?
So I would need to load the assets through my side. It's something that you save as a particular type of PNG that you then load into the game itself.
Okay.
And it took me a lot of fiddling to get them right. So I can, theoretically, I could pass the files to you and I can show you how to load them.
Well, do we have to load them one at a time, or no? Because you had set this up.
I load them as general files, and then use the Tabletop Simulator to turn the file into a coherent PNG, which then loads into Tabletop, which then gets torn apart into. Why am I so washed up? Which then gets torn back down into cards. So basically, I take a bunch of individual cards, I load them into one big card, and then it cuts it back into individual cards. It's a very streamlined process that has zero room for error. Zero.
Oh man, wispies.
You getting it? We can shave it off, Jared.
No, that's why I have the wispies. Is because I got frustrated with hair and cut it off early. Yes, and now I've been growing it back. Anyway,
Jared,
not what we're here for.
When can we give you a mohawk? Or Jared, look at me.
I could probably do a mohawk now.
I know you could. You know what else you could do, Jared?
Yeah.
You could do a tri-hawk.
Maybe.
Or a bi-hawk.
But maybe.
You could do a bi-hawk.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Look, Earthtown loves bi-hawks. I don't know why.
Yeah. Because they're dope. Yeah.
No,
I
you
could
don't.
probably
You
do.
want to.
I could probably do a try. They'd be short now because I cut the.
You don't have like here. You want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying is the sides because I'm just growing like all of it.
We just shave the sides down.
That's something that I've learned in my years is that if I just let them all grow out at the same time, or at least that's what I'm hoping.
That's what you're hoping.
That then I won't have to mess with it as much and get it trimmed as often and all that good stuff. Anyway, what's up?
No. Out of curiosity, can you flip over on the stream there to there's a chat button? Down, over, there. There it goes. Now it's monitoring chat.
All right.
In case we have chats, which is great.
That's the wrong way to spell load.
Yep.
Can I fix that?
Maybe. Yes. If you scroll down.
Yeah. All right.
It's probably not the only one.
It's all right.
Strange enough, we actually have a whole blog post up about this on the website, I think. If not, I need to load it onto the website. I know it's on the Patreon. Talking about how doing a project like this is you're going to have to face some of your own issues and overcome them, work around them. I happen to be horribly dyslexic and should not be in charge of writing things that need to be spelled correctly. But, hey, what are you going to do when you're primary writers of a project? But that doesn't stop us.
But that's why we have multiple people that edit.
Yeah, lots of editing.
Hey, I wonder, can I pound on the desk without it transferring noise?
Yeah, it definitely transfers noise.
Oh, did it?
Oh, not horrible.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Now you can really beat your drum.
Sure.
You can smack your wood.
Grind my gears.
Jared, you can smack your wood on camera. No?
No.
No?
Oh, man.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
now you're making noise, Jared.
I think it's because it's on this
Oh, yeah.
this piece of wood, and I was.
Anyway, we're all over tonight. It's late.
All right.
Late.
I think what our goal should be is we're going to play one game of skirmish, and then that's going to be it for this week because, yeah. And then maybe if I can find out how to prevent my blue screens of death with this new XP pen monitor that you so kindly acquired for the for the project. It's nice. I like it. It's a heck of a lot more responsive than my Cintiq. I was actually planning on switching over to it and showing some stuff. Because the lag's really nice too. I get more lag on my iPad Pro, and I mean it's an older one. It's a 2017, so I'm really looking forward to this mini LED.
Jared has all the toys
coming out next year. It's all work. Can it make me faster?
Well, the question is it making you a dull boy?
No.
All work, no play.
All work, no play. Not when you love what you do, man. Not when you love what you do. Why do I feel like the camera's farther away? What happened?
Maybe you're farther
Actually,
away?
okay, so
or
we had
like a zoom out set.
I don't know. There's been so many upgrades, and they're going to continue through the next 2 weeks. I was a little bamboozled with the blue screen of death because I didn't. Where do you begin?
I don't know. Like generally, Anyway, you ready to play? How's your brain?
My brain is fantastic.
Are you related to Abby? Abby Normal?
Abby Normal?
Abby Normal? No?
Hey, I know that guy.
No,
I know that guy.
No Young Frankenstein reference?
Oh, is that why he has that name? I don't know. I guess I don't. I guess I don't know it well enough.
Jared, what's your favorite movie?
I really love Super 8. I don't know if I'd call that my favorite. The one with
Jared, I know what your favorite movie is.
Oh, are you talking about the Tom Cruise one?
No, I'm talking about Ice Pirates.
Oh, that's not my favorite. But it's an old school one. It's hysterical.
If anyone wants to see a glorious B movie,
yes,
that does have Ron Perlman in it, a very young Ron Perlman in it. But, I mean, quality.
Ron Perlman kind of has like that Dick Clark thing going.
Yeah, no, he doesn't age. He's like hit a.
Is he like
60
now or something?
He's gotta be. Like, I mean, he played Hellboy in like the early 2000s, and that was in the early 2000s. That he was already kind of old and crouchy then. So, Jared, I've got locations gathered. What's your deck of choice?
You know what? Let's keep it short and sweet and quick. I want to do Archfiend Skirmish. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fantastic.
Is that okay? Do you want me to do something else?
No, I'm just going to roll for a random deck because I want to try some other things out. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I'll play.
That was another one of consideration.
It's one that I don't use much. So that's fun.
All right. So we are going to do Archfiend versus
Professor Paranormal. So put them on the table. There he goes. And I'll get rid of these guys for now because we'll just reload them if we need them. So we're gonna gather this like so. Is that the really ugly way to do it? You'd never do it with your real cards. Now you'd have to sort them all out. You betcha. Is that the joys of the digital that you don't need to worry about that? Also, you betcha. And there we go. And
so the other question that I have.
We don't need that either. We can use these.
And I will apologize. We're doing a new mic setup, and I don't know what the quality is.
It's not bad.
Are you
really
hearing
not.
any kind of buzz, or
Not really.
I'm wondering if I could get. Ooh, dare I?
What? You turning her up? Or you're gonna try a little background music? You gonna
No,
set the mood, Jared?
no. Oh,
Get some
that
candles?
background music.
Yeah?
A little bit of a problem.
Oh.
Not for commercial endeavors.
Oh yeah, that would make sense. Because that's not how freeware generally works.
You know what's awesome though is that was after I downloaded all like 16 gigs or whatever of music.
So what you're saying is read the fine print, then download?
Oh, I don't know. I've moved and organized and manipulated about 10 terabytes of data in the last couple of weeks, and
Good Lord.
my brain is just.
Jared. I mean, look, I absolutely understand that for some reason, man alive, Earth Tower develops a lot of data. Because,
It's just I keep our iterations in case of we burned this thing to the ground.
that's true. We do that.
I mean, you guys burned it down quite a bit more before I started on it, but we still actually not so much burned, but just
It was definitely a reset, like a hard
we getting
reset.
some feedback.
I'm getting just a little bit of echo on you.
Oh, okay. If you want, you can pull that lamp closer.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Sorry, that was probably really loud.
Just because this thing's gonna make a heck of a noise doing so. No, I can't. It's the end of the cord.
You know what else is really nice? I'll fix it, and I'll
That's fine.
Yeah. What else is really nice is I don't have the tower blowing hot air on me.
Right on your bits.
Right on the whole legs and the feet and all that fun stuff. Oh, much more comfortable. This is
9 news.
This is fantastic. 9 news?
9 news. Niner News is who we're going to play into. I don't really need this, but you can have one in case you want it. Boom. 6.
The next thing that we're looking forward to, as long as everything keeps functioning, because here's the other thing, is I know our game isn't a heavy asset bog, but running the game and running the stream on the same tower.
Yeah? Do you feel it?
Usually you have separate, so we're going to see how it goes adding
Oh, start adding other cameras.
the capture cards, and yeah.
Okay.
Are we still getting about, or you just said it was an echo.
Yeah, it's an echo. Yeah, it's not bad. It's just when you face directly at me and speak directly into my microphone. So what I'm saying, Jared, is don't speak at my chest.
Can I rename? I can rename this. I'm going to rename that Tascam because it's helpful.
Okay. Good.
What is that? Tascam.
DR70X or 07X. If anyone wants to know the equipment we use, we actually really like it. We got it originally to do walk-around interviews.
Yeah.
And then when this all happened, we're like, man alive, there's got to be a way to hook that into the system. And for a long time, it would fight us like mad. And then we realized that our USB port was bad. So that was fun.
Yeah. That one, and then the other thing where we were trying to run multiple Bluetooth
that didn't work.
mics on one. Yeah, there's a whole...
It's literally a whole live stream about it.
That's a whole other thing.
But other than that, it records really nice, and you can use it for radio recording. And it was like $120, so it wasn't like crazy awful.
Yeah,
but it's really versatile.
Yeah, that was a nice thing. One, like you said, when we bought it, that was for field.
Yeah, field records.
Yeah, because the plan before 2020.
Back in the past.
Back in the days of yore. Was to do conventions
BP,
because,
before Plague.
Before Plague. We had a lot of success of the ones that we did, and we'll get back there again.
We'll get there.
Everybody will get back there.
We'll
All
get there.
this, all this junk together.
LA is gonna do their Comic-Con or their anime convention, their big convention. And I really don't know how I feel about it.
Not the Comic-Con. You're talking about the anime?
Yeah, it's one of the main conventions that they're doing. And LA's decided to go forward with it, which I don't really agree with because uh, anime conventions anyway are just breeding ground for pestilence. Heck, PAX got hit by the SARS virus. It became known as the PAX flu, and like major names got sick with it. No one like had major issues, but it wrecked a couple people for a couple weeks. Like Will Wheaton got hit with the PAX plague, and that was on a non-plague year. And so like doing a COVID thing, like
Oh, let's play.
I'm aware.
1, 2, oh, you're first.
Yeah.
It's just been.
Yeah.
I think the thing where my head's been going at, and oh man, part of the problem is we're running this at 60 frames per second.
Is that a problem? Do we need to up it?
Maybe we shouldn't be. We've
Down it?
0.3%, which I really need to start writing down all my notes. That's another thing. I've talked about. I don't really memorize specifically how to do certain things because it's just quicker to learn on the
To relearn it, yeah.
Yeah, when I start diversifying into all these different fields and
Yeah, you might want
all of that practice.
You might want to write that down.
Yeah. Or at least just have a notebook with notes so I don't have to scour through source material again just to find the answers.
Okay, so I'm going to transmute my first card here. So flippity flip. That's a 1. That's fine. I'm going to do a search on my side real fast because I'm only looking for 1s.
We are picking up a little bit on you. I don't know if that's going to create an echo. I don't know what the quality of this mic is.
It's not, like I said, it's not bad. We'll do a read back on it. I'm going to pick up the... What do I need? Minders? Yeah. I'll pick up flip. I'll pick up my field generator, my MCAs.
Here's the other thing that'll be nice when we go to
I'm gonna
this.
play the MCA because that's actually exactly what I wanted. You with me, Jared? Oh, hey, hello. I don't know who you are. Who? Who is it? Oh, is it from the not Denver? That's the wrong convention. Atlanta for a week in Atlanta.
I'm not sure.
Thanks for
Denver. Thanks for being with us.
Oh, hey Denver. Hello.
So why don't you
play.
say here? I'll stop talking. Why don't you say your name and see if it's you getting the double?
Okay. So I'm Alex. I'm one of the main creators of Earth Tau, and I'll pass it over to Jared, and he can do his introduction.
And I'm Jared, and I'm the creative director of Blabity-Doo, Scooby, Dop Bop, and I don't know if we're picking up on 2. I see I'm picking up 2 on yours.
You're picking up a little on mine. Like I said, you get a little echo, but it's not awful. Anyway, let's play a game.
We need to set up a shield or something like that.
Possible. Well, the point is, next week will be better than this week. So, if you've never seen us play, thank you for joining us. Here's the basics as I go. I'll go through my turn here real quick. So I started my turn because my leader, Jared, you want to follow along?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So my leader has 1 support. That triangle there. I'll just flip my cards for you.
Thank you.
That triangle on the top of that card there, in that yellow box. There he goes.
Okay.
Fantastic.
We're fixing that
I
this
know.
week.
All right, I'll put it on my priority list. And since Jared's has 2, so I get first turn advantage on this. So I'm gonna go first. Professor Paranormal, his big thing is he can go fishing in his deck. He can say instead of drawing, I'm going to take that card and turn it into something else. I drew a rank 1. Boom, right there, Jared, for you.
Oh, thank you, bud.
Which means, and the rank is what we're talking about, is that top 1 right there. So you get the 2 triangles, those are support, and then the rank is the actual cost of how much it is to put that into play. So since I drew a rank 1, I get to go fishing for up to a rank 1. Not amazing, but it did let me pull this card, which I really like. My field generator here. It doesn't have a great mind score, and that'll come into play in a moment here. We'll talk about that. But it does have a Mega Collect. And since I can do my transmute trick every time that I Mega Collect, I can now have a chance to put most of my deck in my hand if things go appropriately. So with that, let me reset my turn. Bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba. Jared, I'm going to draw 2 cards. Do you have any issues with this?
Damon. Oh, do I have any issues with what, this?
Yeah.
No. So you did the distraction for Y?
No, that was my first draw that I transmuted.
Here, I should probably turn my mic back on. Okay, that was your first draw.
That was my first draw for transmute. Okay. So I'm going to draw this card, and I'm going to transmute it. And I'm going to draw this card, and I'm going to transmute it. So now I get a transmute for a total of 11. And this is where I'm going to abuse...
Damon.
I can't read from this direction. But this is where I'm going to abuse the fact that this game doesn't have hand limits. And I'm going to go search in my deck for a total of 11. What do I want? Bum, bum, bum. 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, the wackiness is already...
Oh yeah, I'm going to start off strong here. So, because I'm pulling that 7...
Oh, this is your Mega Collect?
Yeah, basically. I'm going to pull that 7 there, and I get up to a 4 to work with.
That's right. Man, you're coming out.
I'm swinging at you.
I can't even do anything to stop it. This is your first play.
This is turn 1 here. This is how you come out strong with a paranormal. So
okay.
That's my.
You did a Mega Collect,
and then I transmuted both cards, which is this 6 and 5 here.
Wait, how did you do this transmute?
Which one? Oh, the first one, that was my opening draw. So I transmuted my opening draw, which was a 1,
right.
Which let me fish for my field replicator.
Right.
I get to draw 2 cards, and because it's paranormal, I'm going to say I get to transmute 2 cards.
I thought you could only do that once per turn.
Paranormal can do it anytime he collects. He just has to roll the dice of what am I gonna kill.
Oh, we've got to fix this as well.
Oh, do we have
an
an issue?
Already fix this anytime before you draw.
Yeah, we haven't. Oh yeah, because that should be collect. We haven't gone through. I haven't done the updates yet on the digital side, so we may have the fixes done. They just haven't been implemented yet, so it's on our list. I think we hit that last time too. So
now we both have an echo.
Well, that's because we're talking loud. So these 2 are going to go into my retirement pile. Whoa, hello.
I don't want to turn that down too much, but I'm going to turn mine down a little bit, see if I can get some more.
So those 2 are going to go into my retirement pile, and these 2 are going to go into my hand like that. And because I look through my deck, technically I need to randomize it and shuffle it there. Apparently I just shuffled my hand. I didn't know you could do that. If you highlight your hand and you hit R, it will randomize it.
Oh.
Which is damn helpful. So, generally how Tau is going to work is you're going to draw 1, play 1, resolve 1.
Yeah.
Have a nice day. So now that I've drawn 1, I've resolved my leader, I've resolved my location, my team, and I've resolved my location, it's Jared's go. And as he gets started, I'll go through this, the location that we're playing at. So we're using 9 News as our place that we're fighting. Ooh. It's going to score at the end based upon mind. So in the box that has the numbers, it'll be the bottom orange number. Right. And any event cards are going to score double. So there's a couple cards in play that exist out there that could score up to 20 points. And considering your max stats are normally 11, there's a lot of potential. There's some potential for some shenanigans. The big thing that makes Tau really, really interesting is each location is going to score and play differently, to the point that every time you get new locations and new leaders, you really do need to approach it as its own almost unique game. And something I've learned, Jared,
yes,
is that as you go through and change
so hold on real
okay.
No, finish your thought.
As you go through, like the 3-player skirmish that we did the other week plays very different than this 2-player skirmish. Like the rhythms are all different, and a 2-player war plays very different than a 3-player war. So pretty much every time you're going to sit down at the table, you're going to play a very different game. It's going to feel very different, and it's going to react very different. So it's a nice way to keep everything fresh, even though you're reusing the same thing. You're playing the same game, but it's not like Monopoly, where every time you play Monopoly, you're playing Monopoly. It doesn't matter if you've got 4 people or 7 people. It's still Monopoly. What's the question, Jared? Clickety click. Jared has the clickiest digital keyboard I've ever heard of. So keep in mind, they can't see or hear the chat, so read it off.
Oh, thank you for letting us know. We're still working all of the hardware out. This is just from a conversation with Laughing Luna. I appreciate you watching, following us. Yeah, we're still working on all these little pieces, and we just are trying this 2-mic setup again tonight for like this for the first time. So yeah, we've definitely got some adjustments to make. Sorry, there's no noise gates or anything. There's a lot of pieces that are missing as we're just trying to get this together.
One of our main goals that we have with Tau is to always be better, and so to improve from week to week or improve from time to time, and every time we do it. Out of curiosity, Laughing Luna, you mentioned you're from Denver. I take it you met us down at a convention. Why do I know?
No, it was on there with Destiny Baldonado. Destiny is your mother, right? You guys were both.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
she's the one that gave us.
Right? Or no, maybe he.
We'll find out.
Yes. Oh, yes. Destiny is your mom. Yes, I know exactly who you are.
Because that was the Coldwell, right? Is that the science teacher that we met?
Yeah, but it's Baldonado.
No.
Yep. Oh, Coldwell ID.
Yeah, the Coldwell ID. The one that we turned into Mimic. No,
Holy
no,
Lord.
no. The one that literally.
Hey,
would you do me a favor? Highlight Archfiend's card. So that idea that you gave us is what actually turned into.
Oh yeah.
This ability, or well, we've refined through this ability. There you go. We refined through this ability to create this happy box that mimics other abilities. Or in this case, he's going to steal other abilities by sacrificing people out of his retirement pile to the great beyond, and then taking their abilities and using them for his own nefarious gains. So yeah, thank you for hanging out with us, and thank you for the great ideas, and say hi to your mom, because hey, you guys were great, and we appreciate meeting you. Jared, it's your turn.
Thank you. I need to. Is this just because we're blowing up a 300 DPI PNG inside a game engine?
Oh, probably.
Okay.
Like, probably.
Sorry. I'm like, why does that look so grainy?
Because we produce our cards at a stupid high resolution. But, digitally reproducing them is, it's its own interesting fight.
Well, we just got to find out optimization versus resolution.
Yeah.
All that fun stuff. Yes.
What's your turn?
My turn is going to be...
You've drawn one, you've played...
No, I have not drawn one. I'm going to draw one now.
Draw one.
All right. So all I really did is first one. Oh, that's right. I'm going over this, and this needs to go back in the pile. Gosh darn it.
Okay.
Sorry. And I could have used that next.
There's only 13 cards. You'll see it quick.
All right. So this one, are you really to deploy its orders? Proficiencies must be less than its opponent's proficiencies. Are these BAM numbers over here? 3, 2,
we should actually change that. That one does need an update. Proficiencies can leave. We can say BAM now.
Oh, that's right. Ooh. Then we can
smaller box.
Change that box up. Yeah. Space out the text a little bit better.
Yeah.
Things that only us care about.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Make a difference.
I'm actually surprised you care about it as much as I do now.
Oh no, because our big thing is like full bleed art, and then we cover it with everything, and we're like, oh god, how do we keep really pretty cards but yet keep the methodology? Like we've got maybe a 30-word limit total on these boxes, which is why like some abilities that we really want to use, we can't. Like
I'd have to look at Beerstein. I don't know if it's 30 count.
Really,
that's the worst one.
No, it's definitely the worst. Yeah. But yeah, I would really like to add some clarifiers to Archfiend. It would really make me happy. But we can't.
No, we don't want to. No. And part of the finesse that we're going for is retaining complexity and delivering it efficiently.
Yeah.
So, um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I've rewritten Archfiend's box like 6 times trying to figure out if there's ways to save words. Like we're like old school newspapermen that you're paid by the letter.
All right, so because of Are You Really, my proficiencies, my BAM scores, the pink, green, and orange have to be less, but they only have to be less of one of the numbers. You've got a 2, 4, 1. The only one that I can get below is your Aether score, the green score.
Yep. Makes
so
sense.
that's how I'm going to play it in this location. Gives me 2 support. Not a great score. I mean, 2 on mine. But
well, yeah, but it's still better than my 1.
Yeah, it's first play. I couldn't do the fantastic.
Can't get fancy yet.
Oh, you took that end turn marker out. Anyway.
Yeah, I did for this one.
This marks my side, so
I can put it back in. Would you like me to?
Good. It's all good. It's your turn.
All right, my turn. So I'm going to draw a card.
There's a lot of discussion about me taking too long on things. So
yeah. It's about keeping the hands and the mouth moving. That's the trick.
Part of the problem is I'm looking at all of these screens of data.
Yeah.
Going, is everything still working?
Yeah, you actually, and this is actually an interesting thing where they talk about ADD might not be as bad as it was, because like back when you were a farmer and you needed to constantly bounce between 3 or 4 different tasks, it was important that you could bounce between 3 or 4 different tasks. And now it's seen as a bad thing, which, fine, whatever.
Wait, what was that part? Because I'm seeing Damon is...
Oh, yeah, read it off.
So, Damon, I'm pleased with how colorful the effect box of Archfiend is. Thank you. It's such a wonderful mechanic, the mimic mechanic, and so why not make that the rainbow?
Yeah, just go for it. Just embrace that unicorn.
Yeah, it creates so much flavor. And then when you're talking about married to the current card size, right now we're running
well, in
depending
the digital,
upon which printer you're
Yeah.
talking to, it's a European poker size. It's
the same as Magic, so that we can use you can use your sleeves, your boxes, your play mats. All that stuff is transferable from your Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, or Pokemon, because we wanted to embrace the utility of it versus we could technically make hexagonal cards. There's printers out there that'll do them.
Yeah.
They're fine. They work great.
Well,
you just can't use anything.
Cut anything to it. But yeah.
I'm going to beat you on mind, by the way, and I now have Dr. Jealousy out. So every time you draw, I draw.
Also you son of a... Also, the other, if you're talking about the size of these cards on the screen, we can increase them.
Yeah, we mess with them all the time.
This background is temporary. There's a lot of this stuff where we're trying to do asset creation management, where prioritizing what goes first, and there's been a shift of finishing game content and getting asset creation and different things figured out for the streaming. And since we are really close to ending, well, not really close, but we do see the end goal for all of the art asset collection for the game. We've now had to stop to create some of the stuff for streaming that we're still working on. So
yeah, stuff that we technically should have been working on for 4 years.
We didn't know we were going to stream. We didn't know we were going to stream until 2020.
Yeah, so thank you, 2020. You've done us a favor.
Didn't we do a convention in February of this year?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
That was several years ago.
Yeah, that was like...
you got to take your turn, man.
I was like 40. Now I'm 80.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's a long damn year. All right, my turn?
Yeah.
No, but...
but...
It's about 2.5 by 3.5 inches.
Yeah.
There's a millimeter size that's more precise. It escapes me right now. I want to say it's like 83 by 64 millimeters.
Yeah, something like that, 83, 84.
But that's the size. And the reason we want to stay with that size is because you can then sleeve it with...
regular sleeves.
Yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, Pokemon, all of those.
Or eventually, very pretty Earth Tau sleeves. Because I do swear.
No,
I do
remember?
swear to God, we will find the prettiest sleeves that we will make the prettiest
No,
sleeves
we already
on the market.
we have an idea that the market doesn't have, and we're going to do
Oh,
it.
to actually, use purposeful
No.
sleeves.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have some things that are really like just little side steps to what's currently available. So I don't understand why nobody's thought of it before. Maybe it's expense. We'll find out when we can start tackling some of the ideas that we have for card sleeves. Anywho, what am I doing? Oh, I need to take a card.
Pick a card. Any card. Oh, that's my job.
Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need.
Down with that.
Actually, maybe that should be Paranormal's tagline is pick a card, any card.
Who?
Paranormal's deck tagline.
What is it now?
I have no idea.
A PhD in...
from In Between University. No, I'm talking on like his box layouts.
Box layouts.
Yeah, for his little tagline on like how his deck works and what he does.
Oh, yeah. No, I like it. Okay, so...
What you doing, Jared?
Okay.
Read aloud. Because one, I can't hear it. I can't see it.
Oh, okay. So, David, so the question you have is, or the statement, Magic the Gathering tends to be the largest of those cards and also the most supported in terms of boxes and sleeves, which is we're right in parallel down to the millimeter with what they're running. As for the text box over art, you could trade how flashy some of those boxes are for some tinted transparency to reveal the art underneath. We are going with this flashier design because it's instructive and it's also needing to capture attention for gameplay as you're going through the game. At least this is the
current methodology.
Oh, the tab just crashed.
Yeah, I saw that. But as long as we're still streaming, which actually I can tell you. I can tell you very quickly if we are.
But anyway, that's the philosophy behind it, because I know our version that we had, I believe last time you played, I'm in the middle of talking, man, you're really killing me. You gotta stop that. You actually made me jump. You gotta. I get yelled at by my kids all day.
Great.
Dad, hey, Dad. I can't slap them. I can't slap you. Anywho, what was I saying?
Methodology for what we're doing on the cards.
Yeah, what we're doing for the cards, we just wanted to have more flair, more design, and frankly, when we were going with the more simplistic design of the cards, the issue that we were running into a lot of times is that anything below about 87% opacity.
You couldn't read.
Yeah, you couldn't read the text on it. There was too much variance going on between contrasts of dark and light. And trying to account for that with that transparency, it created it just created a lot of legibility issues. And so we leaned in with the more fanciful boxes. And the one, like, okay, this one's a perfect example. What about me? So the red is borrowing from our drop, which is an arrow pointing down, and the green is borrowing from our collect, which is an arrow pointing up. These are all little subtle cues that as you play the game will make it easier to easily assess what is going on without necessarily having to read all of the information on the card. It's about delivering information more effectively, and we can make it pretty. So that's where we got. Oh, take your turn and then finish your thought. Oh no! Oh no! Yes. Okay, so infernal machinist transfer tire for one free hand place orders from doop. So I'm going to go ahead and transmute. What's something that can be fun? Fun times. I'm going to transmute this. All right. I'm going to transmute Dreadnought for 6. And then why don't you go ahead and play? Because right now I'm going to go through and pull.
Find a bunch of cards.
Yeah, pull a combination.
Any size that? It's a good score. It's a good score.
Oh,
Good score.
there's one. I'm going to take that. I know that for sure.
And one.
We got 6?
Yeah, you got 6 to work with there. So you got some.
Okay.
You've got some to work with. I've only got 6 left in my deck. Oh, you drew a card, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
I'm going to transmute this card. Flip. Ooh, 6. Okay, that was a little bigger than I wanted, but that's fine. So I'm gonna, while he's doing that, I'm also going to do something very similar.
Oh my god, you can transmute during your...
Oh, because you've got your... Well, I got the Dr. Jealousy out, so I snagged what I could. Ooh, hello. Oh, hello. Okay, so I'm going to switch a 6 for a 6. I'm going to grab our friend Mr. Bastardly and his 11 mind score, and I'm just going to tuck him away for later. He's very helpful. And there's that. So yeah, we want to lean into the design. We want to visually communicate as much as we can. The boxes are a great way that we can do that so that they are distinct to the ability type, thus making it really... Ooh, hello, you.
Yep, so I pulled...
That's a good one.
I pulled for 6, and I pulled a 4 and a 2 for a cumulative of 6.
Nice. Good stuff.
And you've already been playing, right, bud?
Yeah, I'm ready to play down here. I was giving you a second.
Okay.
Let me move that in my hand just for my own personal benefits. And I've got... Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 to work with.
That's not worth the stretch. All right. So one of the things is I was contemplating using my leader's ability, Souls the Other White Meat, where I can lobby in order for my retired, because now I have something in there. The only problem is it's a 6. I've got 10 cards left, and that's too much. That's
Too expansive?
That's too expensive. I mean, that's... Yeah.
So I'm going to drop down a palette swap. He doesn't do anything,
but it's got a nice score.
He scores really well.
Yeah.
And he's palette swap is one of those cards I really enjoyed doing. I really enjoyed because what we did is we used one of our rank 7s, Mr. Amazing, who's a terrifying card to play across from. And the big one with palette swap is that he can mimic other heroes, but he's a little colorblind, so some of the colors don't come in right, so he tends to look a little washed out in some of the reds and greens. So we flipped it and we washed him out, which is fine. Normally you wouldn't think it'd catch you until you're trying to sort through your cards, and you go, why the heck is Mr. Amazing in this deck? Oh, wait, it's not. So it's one of those cards. It doesn't technically have an ability, other than it technically has an ability. It can absolutely be used in a very real sense to kind of fake out your opponent about just how big of a card is there, especially if they're not paying attention to what they're thinking and what's going on. I've definitely been tripped up by it before in other people's decks, and I've definitely been tripped up by it before when I was trying to like sort through cards and make sure all the cards were right in the decks and going, oh yeah, that's right. So I enjoy what we were able to do design-wise with him. And then I've resolved my turn, so it is Jared's turn.
All right. Sorry, I'm just playing with some mic.
Mike.
Yeah.
Chuckity chuck.
Looks like I'm getting a peek on here every once in a while. Okay. So
Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats.
I'm going to draw this card. Pylon. Fantastic.
Fantabulous.
Alright. And I'm going to... And I don't want to play it this way. I do want to play it this way.
Oh, that's something. I am working on it. I don't know how. Well, I have an idea of one way that I might be able to use a hex grid so that they tend to not do that.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing I'm thinking is you can't do...
Yeah, you can't. You have to show the rank.
Well, yeah, you have to show the rank, but the other thing too, and we've got to fix that, is you cannot set something to where you cannot stack on top of it.
Probably.
Well, no, because then it wouldn't work for the rest of it.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then my leader down here's got 2 support.
Nice.
And so I got a total of 6. I'm going to drop this 4. It's got a lovely score of 9 in mind, which is what this score's off of, and also because it's Channel 9 News. That 9 is now an 18.
Oof.
That was a monster score.
That's a big swing.
So, I mean, your rank 7's peak at 11.
Yeah.
This
11 unmodified.
So,
Yeah.
Unmodified.
Yeah.
Look at one team handed another agent, and we're in skirmish. So really, the only thing I'm going to want to do is look at your hand.
Take a look at my handsies.
Yes, sir.
Most of my deck. That's what you're trying to look at there. I'm going to set that out on the table there just for you.
Okay.
Kind of.
Holy 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, I have a
4,
ton.
5, 6, 7, 8. No, that's right, because you thought, what about me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, you Actually, I'll take that. Oh, if the deployment markers on this team give ends, this order scores ×2.
So this is actually having to do with rebuild. I need to pull those out of these skirmish decks because they don't technically work in skirmish.
Yeah, I still want to make an adjustment. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like I'd arm you, but I think I can bleed you pretty quick.
That's rough.
So tax the poor, whoever's got the smallest hand, aka not me, not with this deck, loses cards off the top of their deck. And since it's only a 20 card deck, you don't have to lose many before you're out.
Yeah, and that's an ongoing. So as long as that's sitting out, it's
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, on a situation like this, I'll get a shot or two out of it maybe, but I only need a shot or two. There's only so many. Ready?
Yep.
Good?
Thank you, bud.
Glad to.
And again, see, we've got 3 people on right now. Hello, everybody.
That's
Thanks for joining in.
you, me, and him.
I don't think it counts me.
I think it does.
Okay.
I think it does.
It's
But
all good.
it's all
We
gravy.
start where we start.
Yeah. It's the glorious about exponential growth. It doesn't matter where you start. You will end up at infinity. No, serious. That's a math thing. All right, my turn.
Yeah.
I've got 4 left.
You know what we should do? This is
Take
what
my
we
turn.
should do. Because here's the problem that I'm having, and I'm wondering if this is what Damon was talking about. Let's make our draw pile, especially for skirmish games,
Yeah.
our draw pile and our leader
Oh, set them next to I
off
can
to
do
the
this.
side, and that way I can zoom in.
Yeah, get in nice and
Yeah.
get all up in it. I got no problems with that.
Yeah, this is much better. We can get in. We don't have to move
I play
around
left.
as much.
Yeah, I play left-handed anyway, so.
Okay. And you could even shift it over there. It's just by getting it tighter like this.
Nah, that's
and we're
fine.
Not so far out.
Yeah, I like it. I like it, Jared. That's real thinkins right there. Oh yeah, 3 left in my deck.
Nice. David, sure, you'll end up at infinity, but some infinities are larger than other infinities.
That is truth. That is truth.
Especially if it's a QX70. What's the big SUV?
Oh,
Not that infinity.
Oh yeah, no, you're not wrong. That is a fairly large infinity.
I don't know if it's the biggest. I don't know.
I actually should know. I work for their sibling now, but I don't. I very specifically tell anyone, can I get you parts from Infinity? Sure, but I can't give you any warranty on it. Really? Why not? Because I'm not Infinity, dude. I'm Nissan. If anyone ever asked, Infinities are fancy
I
Nissans.
thought you were Volkswagen.
No, I was Volkswagen. I've changed teams. Speaking of changing teams, but segue. Boy, oh boy, I really want to do something about this all up in there.
I know.
That can probably take a hike.
That's horrible.
I don't know if I have a ton of removal options in my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need a double or I need time. Frankly, I think I need time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You got 5?
Yeah, well, I start with 1, and I've been 1 and out here.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, you did that. Dr. Jealousy was a good play, but you know what? I feel like you're.
I'm way behind.
I feel like you're stalling.
I'm lose. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
So
I need to Gross. Okay, can I play it? That's the real question. I have to beat a 649. Okay, that does actually limit my options. Yeah, I can do this. That's fine. I'll run.
Hey, David, if you look at the notes on the panels on the Twitch, have you had a chance to
Yeah, you can
download your free digital copy of this game in Tabletop Simulator, or do you have Tabletop Simulator?
So I'm gonna do a Ricochet because I need the support, and she doesn't score great, but that's what I got to work with. So.
Oh, for scoring to get.
Yeah.
This is the other conversation that we were having about adding
rank 5's getting support.
Yeah, I think that's a good play because there's a little bit too much desert. With the 5.
Yeah, you get a golf.
Yeah.
You get a golf, and it's not that it can't be overcome, but I feel it breaks the flow.
This is what you chose to play?
That's of my options. Yes.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to take my turn?
Yeah.
All right. So this is also a situation where you want to remember... Do I want to double dip? You know what? No, I don't. What is this? Yeah, I'm going to do this. All right, so it's time to
drop the hammer.
Drop the hammer.
I mean, not a bad idea because you are up. Yeah, you're up. There's no doubt you're up.
This goes into the thing that you always have to remember is this game you do not have a life counter. This is about who scores the highest
when it ends.
Yeah, per the rules of the location. So it doesn't matter how long the game goes. You're trying to get a win by scoring the most amount of points and shutting the game down. And when neither of us can play anymore, which now that I'm dropping 7, next time I can't play back into her. I can admin if I want, but that would be completely pointless, especially in a skirmish game where we only have one location. This is a game type that we didn't have.
I think we did very loosely. We hadn't refined it yet.
It was like 3 days old or
something? That kind of thing, where it's like we kind of knew what it was. Because I think we met Damon at the February convention at Genghis. Which was a great convention. I really enjoyed it. In our tiny booth that we somehow packed everything into.
No, we did great. We did great.
Would you, let's walk through what Archfiend's going to do to me here.
All right. So, for the greater good, I'm going to leech 1 from the deck, all right? Which is right here.
Yeah.
Leech.
By the way, I can't stop you, so just carry on.
Leech means from the deck, whereas drop is from your hand.
Correct.
Just so there's a variance, why do they have different names, what do they mean? And this also has a drop mechanic, but we decided to go with the drop graphic instead of the leech because, well...
The leech is the cost, the drop is what's actually happening.
Yeah.
So...
That's right, too. Yeah. Plus, I like it look better with...
Yeah, when he gets color, he'll be good looking.
Yeah. He's good, but he just needs more. He needs to reach his final level. Is that what it is?
This isn't even my final evolution? Is that what you're... Or this isn't even my final form?
All right.
Is that where you're going?
Let's go ahead and reach this top one.
Oof.
Ooh, 5.
Oh.
Oh.
Jared, are you getting some revenge fantasy off the last time that I...
No, the cards just dropped.
That hurts. That hurts a lot.
3 of the 4 cards on play were in my hand.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So it wasn't
yeah, you didn't have to go fishing, versus I've been kind of fishing this whole time going, how can I do this?
The only bridge I needed was another small with good amount of support.
Here, I'm going to use that new randomized feature I got.
Oh, yeah, he was January and February this year.
Yeah. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, did we do 2 conventions this year?
Yeah, we did. And we had 3 more.
We were we were loaded. We were ready to roll. So I have randomized my hand, Jared. Would you like to grab 5 cards?
Oh, yes, I would.
Because last time I did this to you, I definitely took your face apart.
You specifically killed me on this.
Yeah, Archfiend, if you can get him to pop off, ow, that's not good either. Oh, Jesus. Jared.
Okay.
Oh,
All of that was painful.
that all hurt.
That's an event that scores double, even though it's a low score. There's a 7, so there's one of your closers.
There's a closer. There's a halt, little baby halt. There's a nice hero. It's a blocker. It's not bad. And then there's my other closer, right there. My 2 closers in this deck. I managed to put in my hand, and then Jared managed to kill them.
Oh, and you know what I don't see on the board?
Yeah.
Brent Bastardly.
Yeah, you didn't get him.
So that means for you to play Brent Bastardly right now. Well,
I
actually,
need 6.
Do anything,
1,
this
2,
is your
3,
last turn.
4, 5, 6. I do have enough to play him though. Yeah, he's not going to affect as much.
Well, I think I have more cards in hand than you do at this point.
Oh yeah, I don't even care about that. I care about his that 11 to try to balance this board out, because otherwise right now I'm real rough. I think you've been beating me out on a couple different plays, and then there's obviously one major play that you got. Let me draw my card just for funs. Oh, that's not helpful. Right, would have been real helpful. I'm gonna play. I'll play the bastard here. Normally, whoever has the smaller hand would lose cards at the beginning of their turn. So technically, Jared would lose cards at the beginning of his turn, but he's not actually going to go because he can't. But I do get an 11 mind score in here, which is pretty helpful, and might make this not a massacre by 1 or 2 points.
It'll get it closer.
It'll get it closer.
Sure.
I don't think I've got it, but it will get it closer. All right, cool. And then that's my turn, so it is Jared's go.
All right.
Jared, would you like to admin?
So what I'm going to do... Oh, come on. Okay, sorry. So what I'm going to do is, right here I have this beautiful
little ability there.
What is
M?
Jeez Louise. Okay. Once during your turn, you may lobby an order from your retired and reach its rank to use its ability. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to take Super Toro before I draw, and then I'm going to 1, 2.
Ooh, do you have enough to pay?
3, 4, 5.
Nice.
And these are all going to go.
They're all going to go away.
1, 2, 3.
Now, I can't do anything about him using his ability, but the ability on the card, that's fair game for me to target if I can, and I'm going to try. I would like to prevent you from doing that junk. He's trying to kill my Brent, and I'm gonna at least fight him on it. And I would really have liked it if he hadn't killed that little halt that I had there too previously. So while I put up a fight, he's overpowering me because we've basically had a halt fight.
Yep.
So that's my halt gone.
So I played this. He played a halt 6 to stop me. This is a rank 5, so that's got enough juice to
so
do
I got
it.
enough to cover.
And then I said
Boom.
no.
And then you have enough to cover that.
Yeah.
Boom. And that's how that plays out.
All right, so this is still going to go.
Oh, yeah, that's going off.
And
Who are you targeting, Jared?
I'm going to target Brent Bastard.
That top card. That's going to go away. Badoom. And that's, yeah. And then whatever card you use Archfiend's ability on, it's gonna get lobbied, so it's out of the game for good. Meaning he can't refire abilities constantly at me. He will eventually run out of ammo. The question is there anything left of me when he's out of ammo? The answer is no. And then so admin.
I still need to draw a card.
You could draw a card, yeah.
And then I elect not to play my admin, so that's endgame.
That's endgame because the rank 7 you can't play on top of it. So cool. So there's that.
This is the rank 7.
Let me put a number on this. I'm betting I'm at 18. I'm betting you're at 38.
Well, let's see. That's 18, 11. That's 28, 29, 35, 37. What did you say?
I said 18 or 38.
38.
You said 38, and then I'm at 16.
Nice.
I'm at 16.
Counting cards.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
All right.
Doesn't do me any good, but
so that was a slaughter.
That was rough.
All right. So let's do this. That went fairly quick.
Yeah.
Let's do another game of skirmish.
Okay.
All right. You down for it?
Yeah. You want to do the same decks?
Same decks.
Same decks, different location?
Yeah, let's change the location. And then I think that's probably going to be where we're going to stop for tonight.
17. Oh, 17 plus 3. There's my 20.
Man, I want to change this skirmish deck though.
I mean, you technically can.
No, let's get to the next game. What time are we? It's almost 10 o'clock.
We can go. Yeah, we'll be good. We can play another game. We'll change locations and see if I've got a little better standing, because that run hurt.
You know, the other thing too, you have your tower now.
Yes.
Do you have it up and running?
Yes.
I'm wondering if we could do on Saturday when I plan to do, well, depending on if we get all of these technical issues fixed,
Mm-hmm.
I was planning on doing the first draw design broadcast.
Yeah.
We could probably try and do
See if I can mic in.
Yeah, do a game. Well, we could do a.
Do you need to be rebooted? Jared's in mid shutdown. I'm not sure. Hold on. Give him a second. Oh, he's reading.
Has Tabletop Simulator. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
nice.
go download the demo. You can have there are 3 decks on there, skirmishes and everything. Oh, and their card backs are facing right, so when you zoom in, they don't flip on you funny on that one. But yeah, you can play it and you can have it, and it's all there. And just follow the links on the bottom of the screens.
Yeah.
Fantabulous. And I'm gonna play right now. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Hey, actually,
You went to Volcano?
we're on the demo table.
Here's the thing. Let's set that up for another.
Okay.
I
Well,
already know where you're going.
come
I'm thinking the same exact
on.
thing, but I'm
You know you want to, but I just want to see if we can log on, because that's something like we are still learning Tabletop Simulator.
well, and still learning streaming. Like, I don't know how to.
I have no idea.
I think we could take and bring in. What am I doing?
Well, I know you can mic through Tabletop Simulator too.
No, but well, the other thing too is we might be able to key in a targeted window capture, or a Skype thing or something. But
Yeah, I know it's possible. I have no idea how to do it.
we're not doing it
We're
tonight.
not doing it tonight.
I know my
You're
brain
silly.
is just
Not gonna do it.
yeah.
All right, so I go first on this one still because I still have the lower support, so I will get my opening option. Once again, I'm going to come on, there it is. Instead of drawing my first turn, I'm going to there it goes. I'm going to transmute my first turn, which I transmuted a halt 7. That could have been better. Halt 7s are the big stoppers. They would have been really helpful against certain things like Super Toros and stuff like that. Great things to have in your hand. But I'm going to go hunting for 5, which ain't so bad.
Man, this is gonna be.
This is gonna be rough. Like I need to choose my openers carefully.
You know, the other thing I'm starting to see with the skirmish is that it is so dense and small as far as the 20 card count.
Yeah.
That now I'm there's some things I wanted to double up on, and now I don't know.
You don't know. That's kickable.
All right.
Okay, that works. That works. 1, 2. Okay,
Right,
and I've got my okay.
Last game
So
we're
I did.
playing in Channel 9 News.
Yep.
First separation is Channel 9 News scores on mind, the
Yep.
orange score. This one scores on body. That one had the effect of the event scoring double, and this one, order losing a conflict by double or more falls into the volcano and is retired. So, if he plays, let's say, a card that has a 1
Yeah.
for any score,
Yeah.
And all I have to do is that opposing score, let's say it's his mind score is a 1. All I have to do is play a card with a mind score of 2 or more. That constitutes his double. That card gets kicked into the retirement
Get
pile.
out of here.
And so all the support and the scoring that was there is now gone.
Yeah.
And so this makes it to where sometimes it's hard to get a footing into Volcano. It can change back and forth. There's some red buttons, some other fun things that we can do to just completely kick it off.
Yeah.
I'm using a Bluetooth mic running through OBS.
Yeah, and then I'm on the task cam.
And I'm wondering, you know...
Are you still getting echo?
Echo, yeah.
Well, it's something with that Bluetooth, because it picks me up from across the room. Or, well, it's probably still the task cam in this case. I wonder if I can go lower. Especially considering
I think your task cam's doing...
I'm all up in it, like... I think it's just noise gates that we really need.
Yeah,
That's
there's still some things like all of the filters that you would normally put on the mic settings. Those still need to be done. There's still color correction and some other things that need to be done with the video. So, yeah, and please, we love the feedback because it will help us. What are you doing?
I found out I can do text.
Oh, geez. All right.
So
It'll just help us get better.
Yeah, I transmuted my rank 5 here, and I'm picking up.
This opening hand shenanigan.
Oh yeah. I'm picking up some vanillas to give me a little foothold here.
Ugh, I do not like those 5s and those 7s on those loose. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm trying to come out strong here.
Pete, man.
Trying to come out strong. Where's my hand? Lost my hand. There we go. No, I have lost my hand.
That is not good. All right.
See, I try to get fancy and do the text thing, and now I honestly I don't have my hand.
Let's do this while we're doing that. Let's see if I
There
can
it is.
add a. Hold on a second. All right. Let's see if this is a little bit better. I'm gonna make some changes to. That's too much.
Oh, try gating while we have someone to do it.
Because there was one noise gate on there. I know there's other things we need to add, and now I don't think it's picking up anything. Yeah, I did it the wrong way. Okay, so maybe something like this might be better. I don't know. We're gonna have to try and make adjustments. Let me know if that helped at all. Missed a little bit. There was a noise gate, and I made some adjustments to see if that would tighten down the echo from him. Or this might be too sensitive.
She's just too good at her job there, Jared.
I wouldn't say it's quality. It's just maybe too sensitive. I mean, it's okay, but it's just
bad. It's not awful. Oh yeah, I need to actually make my first move here. I need to choose literally the correct one.
So you're clear.
All right, so I've got my guy in play.
Maybe this is the problem. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe I'm the problem.
Maybe you are the problem. Let's try that. Those numbers look better. I don't know if it's going to be too low though. Let's turn this up. All right. Made a little more adjustments. We're going to have to go over quite a bit here.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do some playing around with it. There's just no.
I don't see you picking up as much.
Well, that's good. Hello?
We'll find out. All right. So you played?
Yeah, I've played.
Okay. Well, let's come back to the right screen.
Oh, Jared, I'm being punished for my shenanigans.
Why are you being... Jeez, Pete.
Lost my
5,
hand.
3, 4 on an opening card with all the other stuff.
Yeah.
You're going to be very angry.
No, you do it. Come on. I tried so hard. I tried so hard to be able to get something that could be in there. Okay, that'll work.
All right, so I'm going to play Inferiority Complex.
Oh, yes. Can I stop that? Can I... Is it worth it?
And I'm gonna beat you on mind.
You know I'm gonna punch you in the face for it.
And since 2 is half of 4,
or 4 is double 2.
A 4 is double 2.
Yeah.
Even though it's backwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's still by double. So
yeah.
Go kick rocks, Receiver General.
Thanks. That's one of those cards that we didn't think was all that dangerous until we started playing with it and going, oh my god.
Okay, so that's still picking up. Okay, so you are... Yeah, you're up, bud. All right.
Where the... Sorry.
Can you talk some more, bud?
I can talk about it whatever you want. So, in general, I think I struggle with Paranormal's deck because I get too many options. I don't know what to do with myself. And therefore, I don't necessarily do well with him. I do better with defensive decks. So I'm going to have to come up with a better plan. And, just be better. I know the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to return the favor for you because I happen to have 2 of these in my hand. I'm going to beat your, conveniently enough, 4 is double 2 on mind. So I'm going to return that favor.
Yeah.
What's his name? Inferiority Complex's ability only works on the aggressive. It doesn't work on the defensive. Now here's the problem. Archfiend really likes the volcano because everything that gets kicked into the volcano just goes into his ammo pool. So while I've dealt with that problem, actually, can I? I could be smart. I should be smart about this, Jared.
Are you sure you want to kick him into the retirement?
I could beat you on energy, on Aether, as a 3-2 and not kick you in.
Oh, but don't you want to have 5 to 0?
5 to 0.
Instead of 5 to
5 to 0 wouldn't be bad, but I only have so many of these receiver generals to start off with, and so I'm going to try to. Oddly enough, I'm going to try to protect him to the best of my ability. God. Oh, Jared. Okay, I have to make decisions. Here's my thoughts. If I kick Receiver General, I reset his support back to 2. Thus meaning he's only got so much to fire back at me. Yes, he can then sacrifice something again to fire Receiver General or to fire Inferiority Complex at me again. But if I leave him there, now he's got 4 to work with. Finding a 4 that's got enough horsepower to double me. You need a 4 with a 6 and Aether, or an 8, or the 10 you're not going to get, but you need a 6 or an 8. That's not that hard to come by, but I think it's harder to come by than arming Jared with letting him strip that ability and throw it on whatever, whenever.
Oh, that's not. Come on, that's not dangerous at all. I mean, I have to.
You can literally kick a rank 7.
I have to leech. I have to leech one card to use that.
One card.
That's a big cost.
Big cost. I'm going to say no. I'm actually going to protect him there. I don't want to give you that gun.
So this is a little bit about setting a trap. And maybe I should have shut my mouth a little bit more?
You should. Yeah, well, my tradition is to give the best advice I possibly can to my enemies. So I'm glad that you're following in my footsteps. But it gives us a chance to talk through. This is where we talk about, the point of Earth Tau. By the way, I'm done. You can go ahead. I'm just gabbing.
All right.
One of the things that we wanted with Earth Tau is that every turn you're presented with interesting decisions, and that's turn 2, and I'm sitting there scratching my head going hemming and hawing about what's the actual right move, and the answer probably is none of them. None of them are the right move. The question is, which move can I work with? Don't do it. Don't you do it. I see what you're doing over there. I see you. I don't know if it'll trigger the same way, but you can kick rocks.
I don't know if it'll. Oh, it will work.
It's the question of stats. Are the stats in line?
Yeah, because I would do.
You do it on mimic. Body.
So here's the contemplation.
Jared, I hate your face.
I know. This is so good.
Like-
Such good stuff. All right, so
Yeah, no, you can do it.
Mimic. Oh, Damon, here it is. Here's that.
Oh yeah, this is the Cold Weld, or well, Mimic, but yeah, it's all based on that. Jared.
Oh, yeah, no. He was talking. Sorry, Damon was talking. You got to get this chat.
I
do.
You
can't get the
I
chat.
can't.
That's why you got to run off of here.
Yeah, I do. Next time we'll run off of there.
Okay. All right.
Jared,
anyway,
you can kick rocks for what you're about to do.
So I'm taking this gamma ray gamma gun with the beautiful mimic ability, and I'm gonna mimic this "Are you really?" which means that my stat has to be lower. But what I want to do is I want to kick this guy out. God, that's really not a good scoring card.
It's not, but it's better than 0.
I know, but I could also do. Oh, but I wouldn't kick him. Man, 636 wouldn't kick him there. And then
I mean, it's not a bad defended card.
No, it's just I'm. Well, here's the other thing. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Because then now I'm already sitting at 5.
Yeah, and I'm sitting at 0.
No, I'm sitting at 6.
Yeah,
I'm sitting at 6 support that I can play into, and here's the thing that I gotta watch out for is my body score sucks. Well, I mean, if he could keep a card in there.
If I could keep a card in there, like, yeah, it would suck if I had something to play against you.
All right, so again, we're using the mimic ability to whatever card this goes.
What's that rank?
Treat
That's
this
a 2?
ability as if it was
That's a
the
2? Oh
ability.
boy, you can kick rocks.
Oh.
You can kick rocks. I'm glad I had that.
So are you saying then I can't use that ability?
I'm going to halt. Technically, I'm going to halt the Mimic ability.
You're gonna halt the mimic.
Yeah,
ability.
I actually have to halt the Mimic ability because the Mimic, it's I'm halting the top card there.
That's okay.
So I can halt it's a 3 to a 2. I can halt that.
Well, that means that I can't play to the low. So then I'm gonna have to pick something else.
This card would scrub too.
What do you mean?
Because this then becomes no, you're still a legal play. You just have to beat on. You just have to beat it on energy.
Yeah, on Aether, you mean?
Yeah.
That thing we changed the name from energy to
Yeah,
Aether.
and now
What's yours again?
It's 3.
And this is 6.
That's a 6.
Man, I think 6 is double 3.
Jared, you can.
You know what's beautiful about this is I also got him to burn
a halt because I didn't look at the situation. Jared.
Oh,
Jared,
the neighborhood volcano.
Did you just double trap me, Jared?
Sorry, that was an evil laugh. All right, buddy, your turn.
I honestly, God. All right.
You should be a little impressed.
I actually am, because that was a well set up, very well executed. I hate your face. All right, I'm gonna transmute this top card because I really need. Okay, that's fine. That gives me 6.
What I did is basically catch 22.
Yeah.
So as soon as he killed that ability, the mimic ability, I couldn't play with the "Are you really?" which means that I was trying to. I could only play a card if I was below the score. Since he removed my mimic ability and I was just playing face up, I was still able to do a double score on his energy, and so I kicked his card regardless.
But you did get a halt out of me.
And I got him to burn a very useful rank 3 halt.
Yeah, you did. I need 6. Can I? Okay. All right. Well, I've got plenty of 6s. I've got plenty to work with. I just don't have anything to work with.
Twitch page, mute it and pop out the chat onto another monitor or off to the side. Oh no! Part of the problem that we have is the terminal that Alex is running on is very temperamental. It needs a complete hard drive wipe and reinstall. There's some conflict, so if he runs anything other than Tabletop Simulator, his computer crashes.
Yeah, I can't switch. If I switch out Tabletop Simulator, it locks.
So, so we're going to. I've got another laptop that's fine. He just got a new tower that is. How's it running?
It's
Good.
running great.
Good.
Yeah,
Have you gamed anything on it other than Earthtown?
No, I have.
Oh,
I've got
man.
some things installed on it, but
It's got some chutzpah.
it's got chutzpah. Yeah, no, it definitely cooks. So I've got the 6. I'm going to turn it into 4 different cards,
Whoa.
aka most of my deck.
Okay.
Unfortunately, none of them are great.
Man, he's down to 4.
Yeah, and here's the problem that I'm in. You see these ones? Those ones look real kickable.
Yeah, but you could kick. I mean,
Yeah,
I'd really hate for you to kick this mimic into my retire. But
yeah, it'd be awful. But I do need to do something because otherwise I'm losing the support game, real fast.
I don't know if this is a fair location.
Oh,
for anybody playing against Archfiend.
It depends on who you're playing. Paranormal, because like smash and grab, he'd take your face off. Licorice Whip wouldn't care. There's a couple other people that they'll come at you. It's just paranormal. I'm not good with paranormal. Let's start with that. And you happen to have a really, let's blame the real person at fault here, Jared. Tonight, you're better than me. like fairly significantly. I need to play.
But I also went back to Archfiend, which I know fairly well. And you don't know Professor
Paranormal. So this is a good example of the fact these decks are different. They just are, and I need to punt you to keep us in line. And that's
because I'm at 6.
Yeah, like you could easily lock me out. Just by sheer horsepower if you play the right card. So let's do this. Is that doable? Nope.
Ooh.
That still wouldn't do it. That wouldn't kick, and I have to kick. I've got to kick.
This is a 2.
Yeah, I need to kick on body or mind. I need a 4 on body or mind.
You don't have any admin either, so are stuck with one.
No, because I don't have time.
You might be locked.
Oh, no, I'm not locked. I'm just not good choices. That's the problem. So I'm
choices where you can't kick.
No, here's the problem. I can kick you on a 4.
Yeah.
So that's fine. So that's kickable, and you're gonna go.
Is that what you're gonna do?
And yeah, so technically we resolve in order. I'm going to resolve my card first, so I'm gonna collect a card. I'm just gonna collect it because I know what I've got left, and it's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna collect that card, and then the volcano's gonna hit. I get to stay. I'm better than you by double in mind, so that mimic can go away.
Okay.
That's at least going to cut your support down. So now we're at least down to a 2 versus a 4. That's my turn.
All right.
That's just my turn for now.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Actually, I have a... Okay. Ooh, we might have some
Get some spice?
Interesting shenanigans. Oh, man, I am loaded. I'm loaded for all the good...
You're damn right you're loaded.
All the good things.
You're not even good to drive right now.
Woo! All right. So I'm thinking what I would like to do... I'm wondering if I could do a double leech.
Possible. You can leech yourself.
What do you have here?
Not many.
Oof. Okay.
I'm holding most of my deck.
So I'm going to do a few different things here. I'm going to play this mint heist.
Okay.
Into this location.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to beat you by body.
Yep. That's pretty fair.
6-3.
Yep. There's a 3-able. I mean, do you have a 2 and 8 there? Yeah, you can do it there too. Yeah, you got most of the options. So he'll go in a second.
Yeah.
We'll resolve this in order.
And then I'm going to have you leech the top 2 orders off of your deck.
1. Yeah, that's fine. 2. Yep, that's fine. Cool.
Okay. And then here's the thing that I'm questioning.
Okay.
I would like to... use this mimic ability and leech a second time. Is that something I can do?
So set them next to each other and read them exactly as they sit.
Okay. So
This is how you solve. This is how you solve problems.
All right. Leech, retire the top 2 orders of any deck, which I just played.
Yep.
And then I want to just take this. The soul's the other white meat. Basically, what it lets him do is take the ability off of the card.
Yep.
And staple it on to whatever card you place it on top of.
Correct.
Because you're using it this way, the card doesn't sit and play. You're just applying the ability.
Just the ability. So now Mint Heist has 2 abilities. One being Leech, the second ability being, and read the Mimic specifically.
Treat this ability as if it was the ability of the order directly underneath it.
Underneath it. So it would be the ability directly underneath Mint Heist, because that's your active card.
Really?
Yeah, because you got to. It's as if you played that card with both abilities. So think about it this way.
So that's not even a legal play.
It probably wouldn't be, because I think you would.
Well,
which is an interesting way if you're playing in the putt to kick your own card out. Do you see what would happen?
Because I couldn't play it?
Yeah.
So would it go back in my hand?
No, it would scrub. No, it would scrub out.
So does this card scrub out?
If you were... So, let me run through it. So, here's
I was asking if I could do it.
Right, you're right, exactly. And so the answer is yes, but it would force the ability for the card underneath Mint Heist.
Oh, because I'm taking this Mimic?
Uh-huh.
Wait a minute.
So, do me a favor.
No, because there's other instances... Okay.
Take Mint Heist off that stack and put the Mimic card on it.
On here?
Yep.
Okay.
Now what would happen?
Well...
It would mimic that ability, the ability underneath it.
No, but it's not. It's mimicking the Mint Heist.
Right, but there's no card. You're not putting that card on. You're only putting the ability. You see what I'm saying?
No.
Okay.
I think you're... Hold on a second. I'm taking this ability
Yep.
and I'm stapling it on top of this card.
Right.
So that I double dip.
Not on top. Next to.
Why next to?
This ability is now on this card.
Right.
It is now on Mint Heist. So Mint Heist now reads, copy the ability underneath this card, which would be your infernal, your what is it? Inferiority complex. So this card now has 2 abilities. It's not actually there. 'Cause keep in mind, the card isn't there. It's only the ability.
That's not how we played with it before.
It is, because we've gone through this conversation before.
Well, no, because I've played a card.
Yep.
Okay, let's go over this.
Yep.
So, let's say I took this Are You Really?
Mm-hmm.
And I played a card. And it had a different ability on the card, and I was stapling this to Are You Really?
Yeah.
It would then make
it an illegal play.
Well, wait, if I was stealing this... Okay, let's say I was doing it the other way.
Yeah.
And I played this Mimic card.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's say if the order was this.
Okay.
No, wait, that wouldn't work. The ruling doesn't sound... What's Taman saying?
Oh, I can't read.
Yeah, I can see the skirmishes are faster, but the trade-off is that sometimes 100% of the environments just don't work well with your deck.
That's true.
Yeah, and it also cuts down on the complexity of the strategy because you are only focusing on that one. And so you're not using other locations as like card bounces.
Yep.
Where you're playing into one location because you have a portable ability somewhere that gets that card to bounce. Your turn marker is on that original play spot, and then you're actually placing the card to where it's scoring in another location, and then the next turn around, technically you could play in that whole location a second turn in a row because the marker was on another location. So there's all these little variants. It makes it does streamline the game, which is why it's not like play one or the other. They're different flavors.
Yeah. And I would build very different decks for skirmish, and we know that there's even some locations we don't even use in skirmish, like
Yeah,
the
but we played.
Union Station.
I didn't think we Scotties would be good.
Yeah.
And we did a 3-player Wii
Great.
Scotties in skirmish, and it was fantastic.
I honestly think 3-player skirmish is probably one of my favorite forms to play in.
Which one?
3-player skirmish.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's
it's
a lot
fast.
going on.
There's a lot going on, but there's still complexity because you've got the 3
You got
players.
3 players running. Yeah, then it becomes a game of who's who.
Archfiend making edge case rulings since forever. Yes.
Yes.
And he will continue to do so far into the future.
Yes.
All right. Okay, I think I see what Alex is saying. The stack of orders and plays and layers. When you play a new order, it goes on top in a new layer. When Archfiend does his ruling nightmares, he plays the ability at the same layer of the already existing top order.
Correct. You're not getting another. You're not playing another card on top. You're
playing another ability.
You're just the ability. So in many ways, what you are playing is.
Oh, I see. Because it's stapled to the card.
This.
Okay.
You're playing them next to each other, not on top of each other.
You're right.
Makes sense. But now here's an interesting. Here's a weird situation. If you were to do this, it would make this card an illegal play. So you would come in, you would deal with this, you would use the mimic on top of inferior to complex, which would make this card an illegal play, which would go away. Which sounds like a really bad idea until you've got the putt out and you need to find a way to ditch cards.
Yeah, talking about bouncing cards.
Yeah,
that's one way to bounce. So you're playing in the location.
I've played my turn. I don't know what you're doing here.
Yeah, you get to go to the next turn. You force the other player to make a turn, and Wii Scotties is all about who has the lowest cumulative power score.
Yeah.
So if you can bounce your own cards out of Wii Scotty,
oh, it's the best thing ever, and you feel really clever.
Yeah, because if you get locked out and you end game and you have one card in Wii Scotties, you're probably winning.
So yeah.
Right. So that won't even create a legal play. I get you. I don't know why I'm remembering it so differently, but we also haven't. This is something that we talked about, but I haven't got to do yet.
Yeah.
With the Mimic and Arch.
Yeah.
In the volcano. We've talked specifically
about what could you do here. Yeah.
These 3 cards, and I'm trying to apply it in a different way. So anyway, let's move past that.
Okay.
I'm playing that. I'm not going to do anything here because there's really nothing to do with it.
And it will kick my card. He's going to go take a hike. There we go. And I'm going to draw a card. My last card. Why is my hand broken?
That was a lot of time for something that didn't really change much. But
it just reinforces what we do and how you come up with those rulings. If we've done our job right, when you physically lay everything out and you read it literally.
Yeah.
It should line out, and that's why Mimic's written that way. Is it very very much so? Do exactly what the card says.
Well,
it's legal.
The other thing too, like Dave was saying, is the layer analogy was perfect, and you saying set them side by side, because it's not that the leech ability goes away. It's that you have the leech ability and the mimic ability, which discusses that it repeats the card underneath the card that you're playing. So, yeah.
Yeah. Rick. Jared.
Yes, sir.
I have only gross options.
I would say you may want to start adminning.
Here's the thing. If I admin, now I'll have 0 cards.
I may have to admin, frankly.
Why? Do you not? You've got 5.
Oh, that's a squeak in.
Yeah, it's by 1.
Okay.
It's gonna do nothing. The ability is gonna trigger my Mega Collect. I'm going to draw nothing.
Oh, dang. So he's playing in under the
by 1
Aether score.
Yeah.
Green score.
Yeah, 4 to 3.
He's got 4.
Yep.
Because you just got to beat by one of the
one. Now, is that a really kickable card? You bet it is.
It is a kickable card, but I'm not.
It's not going to matter. This is literally my last turn because I don't have.
This is something that happens with Volcano, especially when it's a skirmish. If somebody gets the upper hand,
You
it's locked
got to
out.
figure out how to do it, and I don't like I said, I don't know Paranormal's deck enough to.
You can't collect. Do you want me to draw?
Yep, you're good. Yeah, I don't know Paranormal's deck enough to work around it. Like if I was sitting in, heck, even if I was sitting in a an adverb deck right here, this would be very different because I could run you out of cards with an adverb because you would kick them, and I go, I don't care.
So I'm gonna run. Oh, come on! What did I just do? I don't want to know. I'm gonna run grab.
Yep.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I got enough gas for it.
Yep.
And collect. I'm gonna elect myself. I'm gonna draw another card. Are you?
No,
Okay. And oof, I don't need that, so that's all good. And that's my play.
that's your play, and I don't get a draw.
And here's another point of this: his draw pile is gone. That does not mean the game's over. Is
Nope.
that your hand?
Oh yeah, that's my hand because my hand decided to break.
Oh, on the table?
Yeah, I don't know. As soon as I tried to do the text thing to be clever, apparently karma has punished me.
Oh,
And-
I'm wondering if you placed the text box in your hand box,
And
and then you deleted the text, you deleted the hand.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's fine. Upside about it being a save table, you can literally just reset it, just reload. Have a nice day. So here's a funny thing. Oh, by the way, you definitely won by double or more.
Yeah.
So he's gone, which is fine. And at which point in time now, I at least have a resolution because of the only two I've got left. I cannot play that. And I cannot play that.
I'm just talking about scores.
Yep.
So I've got a 9-4-5.
Yep.
6-2-1. 5-4-1.
Yep.
So there's no.
I don't have anything to play that's under a 1.
Yeah.
I don't know why I tossed those. Well, that's fine. So I am incapable of playing. That does end the game. So that's a nice job to Jared. The volcano is always weird with this because games can be closer than they look. I mean, this one wasn't, but it really does kind of come down to who gets the right plays, or who can get in and defend it.
Yeah.
And you being able to kick using inferiority complex, it set me on a back foot real quick. So,
Well,
but I thought I had good plays. I just couldn't defend them.
Here's the other thing: is a game like this game. If he had this 1 second countdown,
Oh, different game.
and he could have played it.
Pretty much any time.
No, you wouldn't have been able to play it before Mint Heist. 9-4-5. Well, you would have been able to at least get rid of inferior complex.
I've got distractions in my hand.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, trust me, I could get that in.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could kill it with that. I could. A ritual would have been a funny thing to do here.
Oh yeah.
Which I have, or I had, and then I didn't. Because that's just how this one went. So yeah, this was just a game. Well, a game that Jared accurately anticipated what I was going to do and had contingencies lined up for it, and proceeded to punch me in the nose for. I play in a certain way, and I think Jared's starting to get that groove, which means it is now time for me as a player to adapt and overcome. But yeah, the demo table is up and running. You've got Archfiend's deck is on there in its full and glorious glory. You've got Smash and Grab and Licorice Whip are our 3 decks on there. But the nice thing is once you're on that deck on there, you can tear those decks apart and you can actually rebuild them into your own versions that you want. You've got a number of different locations to work with there as well. So it gives you a really good taste of the game and how it all works.
Damon, it looks like you are liking the malarkey and the all the insanity that Mimic is giving us. Again, tell your mother thank you so much. We're going to do something about it. Notify her. Yeah, because that was great. That was a great idea. That really helped us out. We still need to edit those interviews and everything. This year is we really got sidestepped on our game like a lot of people have, But yeah, anyway.
But now we have a digital copy, so
Yeah,
we're gonna take the win.
See, Archfiend wasn't my favorite until that last convention, and it really clicked for me. Even though I didn't know what I was doing with it, and now that I have a good idea, it's now, especially with the mimics, is just ridiculous.
Yeah, and I can't use him. I still can't play Archfiend well. I need to sit down and probably play a couple games with him to even get a feel for him.
So here's my concern:
Mm-hmm.
if you get really good with this game,
yeah,
all right, and then you go to design it. See, this thing says 29. Can I edit this? I'm going to edit this.
Can you?
Yep, right there. And it's not 3-player skirmish. I apologize. We need to find out how to change this like before we go live, but we'll get there.
We're getting better.
Anyway, what was I saying?
You should flip to the main camera.
I should flip to the main.
Because we have cameras.
Yes.
Look at this. Camera 1, camera 2.
It doesn't. Oh, great. The new kit doesn't work either.
Well. What do we have here? 2 steps forward and 1 step back. You know what, Jared?
I like that pause.
That's a good pause.
Yeah.
Oh, that's still 1 step forward, though, right? That counts. Anyway.
Yeah, sure.
You were saying something about getting really good at this game and then designing a deck.
Yeah, I'm concerned that if you get too good with the game, you might not be as good as designing the cards and the futures.
Oh yeah. No, there's been discussion about that. Like,
you know what? That's a red herring. How could you even? How could
I even get good at this game?
Prevent? No. That. How would you even? How would you even quantify that? How would you quantify that if something happened that would be the reason why new mechanics were weird? Which, by the way, this, I swear, was it today, the new leader thing? Which I know it sounds broken.
Oh, it's horribly broken, but it's an interesting thought.
There's at least one solid new ability type.
Yeah.
That you seem to kick out almost every week, every 2 weeks.
Yeah. On a pretty regular basis, you'll get a late night text from me saying, "Okay, I've got an idea."
Or a new leader that when you like, hey, what if we had a leader that does this and that, and you're like, oh yeah, that's stupid. That's gonna allow for a lot of
new locations.
Stupidness, so.
Yeah, on a fairly regular, we get new mechanics that we're just chomping at the bit to go with, because we know when we get around to it, season 2, we've got more admin facing abilities. We'll have more abilities to mess with your retirement as well, and we're gonna definitely want to be looking at turn marker manipulation. We know those 3 are on the books, in addition to a number of different legendary abilities that we are kicking around, trying to figure out how they work.
That was very piratey of you.
Yarr.
It's
driving me nuts.
I think that's the squirrel.
The guy walks into a bar with a
I think we're too sleepy to be
captain's wheel
trying witty banter.
What the heck is the name of the thing you drive a ship with?
I thought it was like a truck driver hauling nuts.
No. What?
And then he says, "My wife's driving the nuts." I mean, it's like a peanut farmer.
There might be 3 different versions of this joke.
I
know there's a pirate one.
That is the worst way to describe a joke. Is like disjointed, out of order, without. And just like
Jared, I have a challenge for you. Can you design it? Can you describe a joke even worse?
No, that was pretty good. I'd have to really
because here's a funny thing I know, or not a funny thing I know, but a thing I know is trying to do something worse is actually really hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for joining us on this here, and we're going to be live streaming pretty much every Tuesday. Yep. Jared here is going to start doing some arting draws for us as soon as we get it rigged.
Yeah, I'm thinking Saturday. We've got the blue screen of death. I got to figure out where the driver conflict is with that. I think I did read a mention of something with that particular.
And then, what are you thinking? What do you want to cover on kind of your first outing with the drawings?
Well, I took on some work some outside work, and it's just a little project, a little logo design um, for something outside of this. And I'm thinking because that's going to be a shift in thought process.
Hmm.
Um, I'm thinking about maybe doing finishing up the professional emblem.
Ooh, doing a little emblem and flag work.
Yeah, because I'm already gonna be in that
'Cause-
headspace of design.
Jared, would you grab? Hold on, let's find one. That's an event. That's an event. I need a gadget. Oh, there's a gadget.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Could
yeah.
you highlight us a little gadgety flag? So you can scroll bar and you can roll it. There it is. So the gadget flag here is one that we consider actually fully designed and complete, where you actually get all the little touches and things going on with it. And there's actually quite a bit of detail on there, like if we could even blow it up bigger and it actually show.
The res is
The
so
res is lower than what it can do.
it's just,
But that flag in person is beautiful. And our goal is to get all of the flags to that point, but it takes a lot of design work. Good news, Jared is a professional graphic designer. That's what he does, is logo work on a regular basis. And we love you for it, Jared.
yay!
Love you to pieces.
It is my deadliest of abilities. It is my most.
I would give you that because like your logo work. Because honestly, like the logo work we've got for Earth Tout is really good.
Well, and what I like is we keep saying like, oh no, this isn't
Yeah,
final.
everyone goes, oh, this looks great. No, just hold on.
These were my rough comps
Yeah.
when we were doing proof of concept.
Yeah,
and
does
I had
it
to
even
do
work?
like 40 things
Yeah.
in like a month.
No, you haven't even seen our final form yet. So I'm excited for you to get back into logo territory, and we'll keep Bad Hand running on some card art for us.
Yeah, which
I'm all
I
for.
did. I thought I saw a
Logo.
gunslinger out. There it is.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. We're getting this artist back. He's back in the groove with us right now,
Our
which
friend
is cool.
Raphael, well, he's just busy.
Yeah,
He's busy all the time.
He's
so
an incredibly talented artist, so people call him on a regular basis, and every once in a while he throws us a point, and we love him for it.
yeah, he really likes working on the property. He likes working with us, and we really appreciate it, Raphael. Whenever you hear this, thank you, appreciate it. And yeah, we're looking forward to. He's doing Red Alert right now.
Yeah, he's getting our new Red Alert.
Yeah.
And I'm liking how she's coming out. So we'll see where that goes. More than likely, once he gets rolling on it, he's gonna finish that real fast.
So the rule book does not mention the rules for skirmish setup.
That is true. Yep.
No, thank you.
Yes.
'Cause we need to mark that. Yes, this skirmish was created so that I could play the game with my, at that time, 5-year-old daughter.
I don't like to think about that fact.
Yeah.
That is not
6-year-old daughter. Well, she's still really young, so.
She ain't 6 no more.
No, but anyway, and so what we did, and this is another thing too, if you're trying to show this game to somebody that doesn't really get it, the only variance that you have for skirmish versus skirmish versus war, which war is the 3 locations, is you just play into the 1 location, and
That's it.
that's it.
That's it. No turn marker.
No turn marker. You can't play into the location over, or you can't play into the
Admin.
administration over and over
Correct.
again, which is why you still need a turn marker to mark if you're on admin or the location.
Right.
But on a skirmish, you can play into the same location turn after turn after turn, and there's 1 location. The rest of the rules are the same, and the easiest way to really, if somebody's really green and they're wanting to check out this game, is you use the location, the crown room. And the crown room negates all abilities. And so all you're doing is playing BAM against BAM and the support scores. And
Yeah, it teaches you the fundamental mechanics very quickly. It's gonna be a quick game though.
as a card graphic design may use mind to beat body or aether.
Yeah.
That is a great one. I like that, and it's
Yeah,
kind of
rotate.
fourth wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've
Oh, dude, that's
Yeah.
wonderful. And the other thing is we can do. There's 9 iterations of it because we can do. You may use mind to beat body, mind to beat aether, or like you have the double up. So there's even more variants of that.
like
'cause
legendary, like basically top carded or top score, top to top. or something like that.
No, but it could be the legendary locations we're talking to. Instead of it counting as one score, he'd count as two.
Count as doubles.
That would be a classification as a legendary location.
Yeah, I could also see the ones. One that we want to get is two-sided rotating locations. And you could do all sorts of things with that because you'd have scores that would. You could have locations that score different on each side depending on which way it's facing towards. So then the goal would be to try to line it up to you. So if you're playing heavy body,
location
would rotate
every turn or every third turn or whatever
some triggering
the
event.
rule is.
Yeah.
It turns and one side scores on body and the other side scores on mind, and then they could have different rules. Or they could have the same rule. It's just the score parameter is different.
Yeah.
So that mind score has to be
better than the body score.
But you have to try and end the game to where it rotates on what you've been building towards. Because if you've been playing and trying to build up a heavy body score and the card gets turned right before scoring,
you might be in trouble.
But I really like
the switch outs or God, there's a word in my head somewhere that I've got for it, but and it's not coming. That's all right. Yeah, there's the cool thing that we decided, and I've actually been doing some research and some card theory on this. Like right now, we're
kind of like ability name graphic design. This is very good.
Very leaning. You're hanging your hat on the fourth wall, and that's our preferred way to do it.
Yeah.
So like of the legal cards that we could make right now, I think we're over 17,000 different combinations between BAMs.
Yeah, you
rank.
went over the numbers, but that's without abilities.
That's without abilities. That's just looking at rank, and the BAM combinations, legal BAM combinations. Not all of them are legal. Like a 1/1/1 card is not a
legal
typical
6 or 7.
Yeah, it's not a typical card.
Or even a 1.
Yeah. Now, that doesn't mean we won't have them, because we have 2 atypical cards already in the set of our Lampshade and the Beerstein, because they're 4/4/4 and a 5/5/5, which is pretty much minimums for that level. But
man, that really bothers me.
that the camera won't.
The camera died again. This is
so yeah. We've got so much ammo to do. Now it's just a question of curating the best of things. And I think the Patreons are going to be a big ammo for us, because we can release single card with single ability and see if it works, see if we like it, see how it behaves, and then release sets that have more of that ability in it as necessary or as we find it works. Because I could see releasing, let's go like a rank 3. Maybe a rank 2. Do a rank 2 that can win on whatever its top number is, something like that, because then you would get it'd be similar to the inferiority complex, where you get to slide him in late, a little late game things, or especially if he scored on his top number, like doing something like that. We could play with that too. That's good stuff. Anything that you can play with your perceptions is something we found works really well. And then we get into locations, because boy, oh boy, do we got some ideas for some locations. So anyway, Jared, we're obviously doing more games every week. We're going to get some drawing going, and then once Jared's up and stable on the draw, I'm going to chain him to the back chair, and then he's going to try to teach me to draw, which that should be fun.
Well, you can already start doing it now.
I know, I'm drawing lines and triangles.
Don't do too much of that to where you're bored with it.
It's good busy work.
When you're just trying to pass the time, but keep your hand moving.
More importantly,
the nervous energy.
Yeah, more importantly, it gives my brain a chance to reset when I'm at work and I've just fuzzed out. It's okay, great.
Perfect.
Go draw lines.
Perfect.
Until you actually wake back up. Yeah. It happens.
But the other thing that I would ask you to start opening up to is finding simple things, not complex things, but simple little graphics that you then try and recreate.
Okay.
Because that's another thing that you want to train just over and over and over and over again, is your ability to manipulate the muscles in your hand, in your arm, in your shoulder, and the whole 9 in the manner that you want to manipulate them in.
Okay.
because there's disconnects. It's why not everybody is an artist inherently. Is one, we process our memories, our visual memories, as would be the best way. Highly minimalist memory, which is in a lot of senses not accurate at all. Not accurate in color, proportions, perspective, any of that. It's just a shorthand memory of what something looks like without it being precise. So when you try and draw from memory without having the resource or the reference there to verify that you're doing it correctly, you're using that shorthand memory that our brain uses to process all that we see during the day. Because if we processed everything with hyper realism, our brain, we're just not, our mind and our body aren't. It doesn't do that. It doesn't do that naturally, and so that's why part of the process of illustrating is training not only your muscles but your brain on how to remember visual details accurately.
Okay.
So, anyway, all right. Thank you, Damon. It was great having you on. Appreciate the chat. That graphic design, that's a great idea. We are definitely going to add that to the mix for a future. And reach out to us. Let us know if you have any more questions. We really appreciate the feedback.
And tell your friends they can all download free stuff. You
Yeah.
know, we'll happily bribe you.
And we will be doing something. We're looking at packaging the entire first season as something like a $14.99 download for Tabletop Simulator that we will update all the way through full release. So you buying in Tabletop Simulator today, you'll have the progress art and the silhouette art. But as we do updates to the graphics, we will be doing updates to that package that you buy, and then the tables and all the other graphics that we need to add. And we are going to be doing another standalone iOS, Android, PC app in the future, but this was the quickest way to get us digital as we transition to everybody's new reality this year.
Welcome to your life on the couch.
Welcome to Make It Work.
Yep.
All right. Damon, I said high rank palette swap. After he's grown past the small guy, After he's grown past the small guy, Days would totally be the one where he can apply one of his scores as he pleases. But his body is too high. Doesn't matter. He apply a weak minor aether for the check against putt-putt, since he'll always resolve before putt-putt. Wait, I don't understand.
I do. Remember how we talked about how we're going to have different versions of the cards as the characters grow? So palette swap as he gets bigger, giving him a legendary ability that says, by the way, he always uses his best ability. His best score.
His best score for whatever band.
And if we specify best score, then he's still functional in the putt-putt because his best score for the putt-putt would be his lowest score.
We need to communicate more with Damon.
Damon's got good stuff. He's got good stuff.
Yeah.
He very quickly kind of got how the game works and interacts, and see those little edge cases, which is, I mean, this game is basically edge cases banded together in a pretty bow, which makes it really nice. So yeah, anybody who can spot edge cases, like, give us a call. Like, we're here. Otherwise, as you play around with the Tabletop Simulator and you find weird stuff, there is a way to communicate with us through the website. Otherwise, I might just put up a quick post on in like the news section of Tabletop Simulator up. Here's all the links. If you have questions, reach us here. So track down that post. If I don't already have it up,
I think we
need to get a forum.
Yeah, it's the forum. That's exactly what we've got to talk to Aura, and we've got to get the forum going, because I think we need to have the foundation there, so when the communication starts and the gameplay, we can go to it. But anyway, thank you.
And happy Tuesday. I'm Alex signing off.
I'm Jared signing off.
And we'll see you next week.
Yeah, have a great day. Or night. What time is it?
I forgot.